Welcome to the Political Podcast. My name is Jun Lee. Now, if you saw the most recent Super Bowl, you probably saw Coke's America's Beautiful advertisement, one that featured the song America, the Beautiful, sung in multiple different languages. And this has sparked a lot of controversy, and so I believed it was timely and important to analyze this advertisement and to sort of discuss some of the interesting points that it brings up. And I believe that this falls under fair use because, of course, this is a analysis of an existing piece of work, the Coke advertisement in this case. But before I bring up any points, I thought it would be important if you guys viewed the advertisement in its entirety. So here it is.
So beautiful for spacious skies, por tus olas de granos d'amber, yo piscina sa kuti, sa ibabaw ng mga prutas. America, America, God shed His grace on thee. और वही जरे के साथ आज तेरा चा, tu la mer brilla. Berat to verrière tirotard, from sea to shining sea.
Now let's talk about some of the things that we saw in this commercial. Now, probably the most obvious feature of this advertisement was the amount of linguistic diversity present. This featured America the Beautiful being sung in 8 different languages by 8 different people of various cultural and ethnic backgrounds. And this really reflects the modern state of linguistic diversity in America. According to a recent study by the Census Bureau, about 60,577,000 people in America spoke a language other than English at home. That equates to about 1/5 of the entire population. And many of the languages that were seen and heard over the course of this advertisements such as Tagalog, which has about 1.5 million speakers, Hindi, which has about 600,000 speakers, and Mandarin, which has about 3 million speakers in America, are very prevalent and widespread languages that are a very real part of American culture. And that perhaps viewing speaking English as a requirement to becoming an American or being an American is an outdated concept in a day and age where linguistic diversity, ethnic diversity, and cultural diversity are so prevalent in such big parts of society. Now, the second part of the advertisement that I want to bring your attention to comes about halfway through, where we see a woman wearing a hijab, which is a traditional Muslim garment. And this is a part of the advertisement that stirred up a lot of controversy, which is sort of understandable because Islam in America has always been a much talked, much debated, much discussed issue. And this is probably most likely due to incidents like the War on Terror, but also more recent controversies like the Ground Zero Mosque scandal. And unfortunately, the topic of Muslim Americans generates a lot of hate in America. But what Coke points out through their advertisement is the fact that Muslim Americans are now an undeniable part of American society and the American people. According to a recent study by Pew Research, there are currently 2.75 million Muslims in America, and there are currently about 2,106 mosques in the United States. So what this shows is that, like it or not, Muslims who were a relatively small group even 40 or 50 years ago are now a major part of the American national identity, and that there needs to be an increased amount of awareness, understanding, and acceptance of Islam and Muslim Americans within American society. And at the very end, the advertisement ends with a hashtag, so basically a call to tweet. And this is a testament of Twitter's ability to be used as a tool to spread social messages and social awareness. And this mirrors what's being done with Twitter in places like in the Arab Spring, for example, where it's being used as a powerful tool for people to connect, network, spread information, also spread social awareness. So this brings up a lot of interesting sort of questions and points about Twitter and about social media in general and its role in society in the future. And there's been a lot of controversy and backlash against this advertisement, which I see as people being unwilling to accept the fact that the American national identity has changed. What it means to be American right now in 2014 is nowhere near what it meant to be an American in the 60s or the 70s, as we see in the linguistic diversity, the religious diversity. And it's all the more important now than it was ever, really, that the general public and also politicians embrace this new identity of what it means to be American as this country moves forward. And this is all the more timely because currently the Obama administration is looking to reform immigration laws. So this ad is also a sort of call to action. It's time now for America to update its policies, its laws, to better reflect the current state of its people. The fact that right now, the makeup of the American people, what it means to be American, is different than it ever was. And is this a negative thing? Well, I don't think so. I think the founding fathers created America as a country where all men were created equal, and that they would agree that being American is less about the language you speak or the country you're from, but rather the embracement of certain ideals, ideals like freedom, democracy, and equality. So I think this is an advertisement that the founding fathers would enjoy quite a bit. I think that it is a testament that America is moving in the right direction. So thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, subscribe, and to check out an audio version of this podcast on SoundCloud.